YouTube was good. I'm Shadow. Welcome to the Shadow Realm. And we've got some big news. Even more news than we had before. So really quick, shout out to Team Dokkaner for all the information that they always provide us. You guys are the GOAT. Seriously, we wouldn't be as hyped were it not for you guys. Link to the description will be link to the page. Sorry if I can talk. Will be in the description down below. But pretty much this is the translation on Payspin. If you guys want to read just the information here, but I'm gonna be covering it here on their official page. So here we go. 350 million. Part 2. It's nothing. It's Dokkan. Okay. Now they start off here by saying two subjects crystallize the Dokkan community at the moment: the absence of Kid Buu and the starving content of the 350 million celebration, basically the worldwide celebration. These 2 points were well founded and completely understandable. However, it allows to deepen certain points inherent in the game. So here we go. You guys, it's obvious those two are the main points. Now this is going to cover one of the points. So brace yourselves. Here we go. 50 Shades of Buu. Dokkan generally likes to offer characters consistent with the timeline of the story. This is especially visible for the Japanese version, which does not suffer from the lag of glow. In fact, after Ultimate Gohan, or basically keep in mind there's this translation error, or this translation differences, excuse me, not errors, between their language and ours. So it's try to bear with me here. We naturally had Vegeta and Buuhan. We all knew pretty much that was coming. While we may have wanted it to be, and they say it right here, logically some hope for the presence of Kid Buu in the legendary portal in the second part, but this is not the case. What we wanted was Vegeta, Buuhan, and then Kid Buu. Now, unfortunately, it looks like that might not be the case. It says, however, I must admit the choice to exclude Kid Buu does not seem to be so bad. So let's see what their reasons are. Indeed, I think that there are several reasons which justify this choice. First, the character suffers too much from the comparison with Buuhan. Releasing Kid Buu 2 weeks after Buuhan would lead to an endless debate. Make him less strong than Buuhan, and he might be dead in the game. Otherwise, he would make him, and if you make him stronger than Buuhan, he would reignite the Kid Buu versus Buuhan thermonuclear war. Which, realistically, as much as I don't want to admit it, there are a lot of people that go back and forth like, oh, I like Buuhan more, I like Kid Buu more, I like Buuhan more, I like Kid Buu more. For those of you that are big fans of Kid Buu, believe me, I understand that doesn't mean we shouldn't get a Kid Buu in the game, but let's continue and we'll get to that in a moment. There is also another reason related to the gameplay. It was necessary to present a character who could highlight the new mechanic introduced in the celebration, the attached special attack, which would have been impossible with Kid Buu. Finally, this strategy allows you to offer the character the exclusive DF Dokkan Fest, pretty much, he deserves later on, we hope. So, that partner mechanic we knew was coming into the game. We've known for a while. It's true. With Kid Buu, that wasn't going to happen. Now, could they have still dropped this LR, which is going to be Vegeta, and I'll get to that in a moment, along with Kid Buu? Yes, but they're choosing not to, and while I am completely on the side of wanting Kid Buu in the game, me personally, I think Kid Buu is so much more justified for a Dokkan Fest exclusive than just a legendary banner unit. Regardless, I want him to be the best unit in the game when he comes out. I already think Bootanks is the best unit, but to have Bootanks replaced in a matter of 2 weeks would be a little insane. Now, yes, I know people argue Vegeto's better, whatever. Point is, if you had Kid Buu come out and he wasn't anywhere near as strong as Vegeta and Buuhan, I know a lot of people would be upset by it. I personally would. I think Kid Buu is justified and deserves to be the best unit when he arrives. Is the timing off? Yes. So I get it. I get why they're maybe holding back on it. The only thing that scares me is that they pretty much made it seem like this is going to wrap up the Majin Buu saga. So what I don't want is them wrapping it up and then forgetting about Kid Buu and us never getting an LR Kid Buu, because he damn well deserves an LR. But let's continue, and we'll get back to that. If you followed the news on Twitter, you may have caught a glimpse of what could be the next LR. Undoubtedly aware of the expectation of the community, Kid Buu, Dokkan will offer in return a card that illustrates one of the most striking moments of the arc. Vegeta confessing his admiration for Goku during the final fight. If you click on here, basically I think it'll take you to a link of it. I must say that I find this card particularly interesting. On the one hand, unlike a lot of cards, it does not illustrate a combative feat. In this scene, Vegeta serves as a punching bag to give Goku precious time. Vegeta's confession, his determination, and his courage, however, make the moment memorable. On the other hand, it is not a switch card, it seems to me, but Goku visually present in the background on the LR awakening of the card will be part of the game through two mechanics: an active skill, which seems to be his buff, and of course the attached special attack to launch the latter. Well, excuse me, to launch the latter, you'll have to play this Vegeta with another card whose name includes Goku, and from the Buu arc, to be able to execute a joint attack with the two characters. It will therefore also work with the LR Goku and Vegeta from Part 1. What does that mean? Pretty much, it's strongly hinted that this is going to be the LR for Part 2. It's going to be an LR Vegeta, which I went through in my other video, and I'll leave a link in the description. This is definitely worthy of an LR card. Now, yes, a lot of people were hoping for an active skill LR, maybe exchange unit Goku and Vegeta with active skills into the Spirit Bomb. But doing that would leave out this new mechanic that they've basically been setting up for. So if you have Vegeta, you have him do his thing. First of all, that's a buff for the Vegeta family. That's a buff for Vegeta as a general. And I know a lot of you guys are Vegeta fans out there, so you can't sit there and tell me you're not going to summon for Vegeta. You absolutely will. Even I will, and I'm a Goku fanboy. But what this basically means is it's going to give Vegeta the time to shine. It's going to give him that LR that he needs, and it's going to utilize that partner mechanic with, as long as you have a Goku on the, I think, same rotation, if I remember right. And like they say right here, that new Goku and Vegeta you guys just summoned for, he works. You could always keep him from transforming because it's an active skill, and you just use him alongside the Vegeta, and you can utilize that new partner mechanic. Now, how that's going to look and all that, we have to wait and see. But I think that alone, I think that's pretty cool. Is that they're taking into account the new mechanic and everything that we kind of want into one. Now, yes, it's not perfect, but it's something, you know. Let's see. What about content? For the content, I waited a bit before deciding. I do not pretend to write that this is a mistake on the part of Bandai Akatsuki. This would require knowing if the celebration will be financially profitable. However, for the players and their satisfaction, it is frankly not terrible. There are a number of mistakes in my opinion here. The first is that they obviously spent time improving the Global vs. JP collaborative campaign system. There are a whole bunch of new features, whether in terms of the interface or the code, to better take into account the participation of players and to offer real-time in-game status. For me, it was really not the priority. The time spent on it could have been used for the content, and that's a shame. I agree, 100%. They spent too much time on one portion and not enough time on the other, because the big part of that part one was supposed to be the stamina usage and like the campaign and kind of gathering the rewards, but it definitely didn't translate very well. The other point is communication. Clearly, the effort has been to put on social campaigns. Finally, and even if I can understand that the element of surprise is an integral part of Dokkan's communication, it reached its limit here, especially when the content ran out. We can talk about the current pandemic, but I do not believe that this is the central reason. So, excuse me, I gave them the benefit of the doubt and said maybe the pandemic is one of the reasons why the content isn't there. But they at least from this article, they don't believe it's the central reason. Yes, it could have still played a factor in it, but they don't think it's the central reason. They think that this right here was the main focal point, and it just didn't translate well for us. So there's that. Notably, Part 2 should still bring the Extreme Super Battle Roads. Finally, please let it. The Awakenings of the free-to-play maps, which will benefit the new mechanics, as well as the ZLR campaign for Satan. But basically, the EZA for LR Hercule. We should also find a new global campaign with this time one character, Goku or Vegeta, to win. The rest is very classic, with the continuation of the story event and the never-ending story. There should also be a ZTUR, but at this point I cannot confirm anything. Basically, he's saying there should be an EZA for one of the other characters, but they can't confirm it. In terms of dates, we should have the portal around September 15th to 16th, aka the banners, the information, excuse me, and then the start of the second part from the 14th to the 15th. So, for those of you expecting a Kid Buu, it's very likely not going to happen. That is very unfortunate, and again, I'm on your side. I want a Kid Buu now. I don't think Kid Buu should have been shafted. There's no way of telling whether Bandai Akatsuki is going to go back and do a Kid Buu LR in the future, or whether they're not. So, the most we can do is hold out hope that they're going to consider him for another Dokkan Fest exclusive, because he deserves an LR, and he deserves a Dokkan Fest exclusive. He does. He deserves a banner revolved around him. Will it happen? I don't know. A lot of people are speculating New Year's that we might see a Goku Spirit Bomb versus Kid Buu LR, but that's all speculation, and there's nothing hinting at that. So who knows? Speaking of that, let me see if I can find it. Team Dokkaner. I wanted to point this out to you guys. Where is it? Oh, right here, I think it is. On Truths. Yep, okay, here we go. Spirit Bomb will be on Goku Satan free-to-play unit. It will follow the original story. So all of us that were hoping for a Spirit Bomb active skill, that's going to be left to the free-to-play units. It's going to be the Goku and Hercule free-to-play unit that launches the Super Spirit Bomb. It doesn't look like we're getting that as an LR. And the other thing that I'm seeing that I'll point out to you guys, here we go. I also saw a question passed, I don't know from whom, too many notifications, on a possible rework of the Majin Vegeta LR. Yes, it is planned. Okay, forgive me if I'm not jumping out of my seat excited. Yes, Majin Vegeta with a revamp to his 18-key super would be absolutely fantastic. I'm okay with that. But what that means is Majin Vegeta is now going to be a featured unit as a top legendary summon banner with this new Vegeta. So, for those of you that have pulled Majin Vegeta and have him rainbowed, get ready to pull him again, because it's very likely that he'll drop before this guy. Will a lot of you get lucky and get this guy first? For sure. But there are some of you out there that are going to have to see Majin Vegeta again, even if you have him rainbow. That's the downside of it. And, again, I'm all for seeing that new animation. I know that that's going to be absolutely amazing, but I would have rather 2 new units on the LR banner. Overall, am I upset? Okay, am I upset with everything? I'm upset Kid Buu's not there. I think he should have been. But I get it. After just releasing Bootanks, who, again, I'm going on record and I'm saying I think he's the best unit in the game. After just releasing him alongside Vegeta, who other people think are the best units in the game, you can't go and release Kid Buu and have him weaker. It's an injustice to him, considering what he did in his short time in the Majin Buu saga. He deserves everything. Throwback to Budokai 2, he was the toughest opponent in the game. Put him on the hardest difficulty and he wrecked everybody. He deserves it. He deserves to be the best unit in the game. And you can't just go and release him and make him top notch after just releasing Bootanks. So I get it. I'm upset, but I get it. Vegeta, I'm all for him getting that LR. I think he deserves it. Would I have loved to see Super Saiyan 3 Goku used in some fashion? Definitely. I think he deserves that spot. It sucks that he's reduced to a free-to-play unit, but it's alright. I'll get over it. I'm sure that they'll do more with Super Saiyan 3 Goku down the line, who is one of my favorite transformations. So I'm sure they'll do more with him down the line, and I'm glad that he's getting some love. He deserves it. He definitely deserves it. Am I upset about the Spirit Bomb being reduced to a free-to-play unit? Yep. 100%. I think that should have been involved in the LR somehow. So that has me a little bummed. Overall, I hope there's some content in part 2. This is definitely a mixed bag. This is definitely a sweet and sour kind of news that we got. We just gotta wait and see what happens with part 2. Let me know what you guys think. I am curious. I'm just got this information. I felt like I gotta make a video for you guys, get it out there. So I'm interested to know what you guys think. Definitely leave your opinions in the comments down below. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's good and it's bad, so we'll see what happens. Leave a like in the video if you guys enjoyed. Definitely subscribe, share it with your friends. We're getting closer to that 100 subscriber mark. That's when I'll be doing the giveaway. Otherwise, appreciate you guys for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great day. Catch you guys on the flip side. Shadow out.